ever start training and immediately know today is not your day? Your kicks feel slow, your balance is off, your timing disappears? If you train long enough, especially over 40, this will happen. The question is, what should you do about it? Hi everyone, I'm the Old Man Kicking. I've been training in the martial arts for over 30 years. I've thrown a lot of kicks and punches in that time. Some of them have been really good. Some of them have been not so good. Some days I just don't have it. And that's okay. There are many purposes of training. We train to improve our physical health. We train to improve our athleticism. We train to be better able to defend ourselves. We may train to compete. We train to feel more confident and more empowered. Sometimes our body cooperates. Sometimes our technique is on point. Our kicks may be fast with excellent power and speed. But sometimes it's like we don't know what we're doing. One of the purposes of training is to improve our ability to demonstrate discipline and resolve when we're faced with doing hard things. And when we're having one of those days in our training, we have to decide what to do. I see a few different options. First, we could stop and call it a day. Sometimes we're just not making progress in our training. We may be tired or distracted. We may be sore. We may have had a hard time getting loose. Sometimes it's just better to shut it down that day and live to train another day. Now, I do recommend you give it a few minutes before you shut it down. But once you're convinced it's not going to get better, stopping to avoid injury and frustration may be the right decision. Second, we could power through. If I plan to throw 200 roundhouse kicks in my workout, sometimes I'll throw those 200 roundhouse kicks no matter what. On those days where I need to power through a workout, I'm almost always happy that I did. I'm not always inspired by the quality of my effort, but at least I can tell myself I met my goal for the day. So there's some merit in this. But this isn't what I always recommend doing on the days when we don't have it. So third, on the days when we don't have it, we can alter our plans. If it's apparent that my body is not cooperating and doing what I wanted it to do, even after I gave it a chance, I'll do one of two things. One thing I may do is switch to a different workout. I may have planned to kick, but if my kicks aren't working, I might switch to lift or to jump rope. If I'm really feeling off, I may just go for a walk or stretch. This gets me some activity and provides some physical and mental health benefits. But the other thing that I do is something I like better. If my techniques feel off, rather than switching entirely, I slow it down. I reduce the intensity of my workout and I focus on my form. I switch to lower and slower kicks to work on my form and coordination. This also helps me to lock in. If my issue is being distracted, then this increased concentration may be enough to break me out of that funk and get me back to my planned workout. But even if not, I think there's a lot of value in working low and slow. This is a safe and effective way to train for longevity. At our age, training is no longer about proving something every single day. It's about consistency. It's about longevity. It's about continuing to show up. Some days you feel explosive. Other days you feel stiff and slow. But if you can adapt, if you can stay disciplined, if you can keep moving forward, those bad training days still count. In fact, sometimes those are the days that matter most. Because martial arts training is not about performing when everything feels easy. It's about learning how to continue when things feel hard. And that lesson carries far beyond the dojo. Keep training smart and keep training safely. What do you do on the days when you just don't have it in your training? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what other videos you'd like me to make. Make sure to hit subscribe, kick that like button, check out my other videos, and keep kicking.